Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to your Certified Now What? My name is Maribel Feliciano. I'm the director of the Broward County Office of Economic and Small Business Development. I would like to welcome all of you to our second in a series. We had Get Certified a few weeks ago to make sure that you understand our certification process. And now we want to share with you, once you get certified with us, what do you have to do next? We're going to go to the next slide. And again, here's my contact information. We're going to be sharing with you how to follow up with our office after this workshop. You can call our office, you can email us. This is my email address. And our office and our staff is here to assist you navigate the county's procurement process, the certification process, or any questions you may have about the different programs and services that our Office of Economic and Small Business Development has for you. Next. And our office has been established in order to support you as a local Broward business. The County Commission has made a commitment that they want to ensure that our local small businesses are being utilized as part of the county's procurement process. And this supports our County Commission goal of economic opportunity. Because if you're successful as a local small business, you are growing, you're supporting our local economy, you're hiring local residents. And that is, again, a win-win as in support of economic development and the growth of our local economy and small businesses. Here you can see our current Board of County Commissioners, our mayor, vice mayor, and the Board of County Commissioners. Next. Our county administrator works hand in hand with our County Commission and the Office of Economic and Small Business Development to support all the various programs that the County Commission has established for economic development, small business participation, procurement preference, and more. She is a champion to support our local economy and small businesses. And again, we are very fortunate in Broward County that we have 100% commitment from our County Commission and our county administrator to make sure we provide opportunities to you as a local Broward businesses, that we afford the opportunities that you need to be successful, and that we share with you the resources available to assist you. Next. And let's tell you a little bit about our office. What is the Office of Economic and Small Business Development? And in government, we like to use a lot of acronyms. So we want you to learn this one, OESBD. That's the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. And our office is a small business focused office. It's a government entity that is here to support our local businesses. We also work hand in hand with our workforce development partners to make sure that you have access to workforce development, training resources, grant opportunities, because we want to promote job creation here in Broward County. We also have a lot of programming for entrepreneurs. So if you're thinking about starting a business, or you know somebody that is thinking about starting a business, we have entrepreneurship programs for you. So basically the way I like to speak about our office is we help support businesses from a concept or an idea, making sure that you have the assistance you need to help develop that concept or an idea, that you set up a business plan, that you have the seed dollars you need to move forward, starting your business, all the way until you're ready to scale, start doing government contracting through our certification program, all the way until you're ready to start exporting goods, materials, and services, because we also provide technical assistance on 11 steps to exporting for when you're ready to do business abroad. We want you to be successful not only in Broward County, but we want you to be successful doing business with other government entities. We want you to grow beyond Broward County and at some point start exporting your goods, materials, and services if that is what you wish to do. And again, we work with many community partners to accomplish these goals, right? On a weekly basis, we have programming for you that is either offered by this office or in collaboration with many of our community partners, with our chambers of commerce, with our cities, and many other organizations. Next. And remember, I mentioned our county commission is dedicated to supporting our local small businesses. And we have an ordinance that administers this program. And basically, the county commission has decided that they want to support our local-based businesses, our Broward County businesses. And they want to ensure that you have meaningful ways to participate as part of the county procurement process. And what they have done is there's a Business Opportunity Act that at least 25% of everything that we buy goes to our local certified small businesses. And this is, of course, an eligible county projects, county contracts. And that is why you're here today. You want to know, once you get certified under our local program, what do you need to do next? Well, we have a lot of contracting opportunities available for you to serve either as prime or as a subcontractor, and as required as part of the Business Opportunity Act. And in addition to that, our office is responsible for ensuring compliance with the program. Everything that we buy comes to our office for us to review, to see if there is opportunities for you as a small business. We can assign a goal of at least 25%. It could be 30, it could be 40, it could be 100. We're able to do 100% participation as part of my CBE Reserve program. And you're gonna learn all about that in a few minutes. Next. And why are we doing that? Because most Broward County businesses are small. Here you can see the numbers. In Broward County, 89.5% of businesses are 20 employees or less. And according to SBA standards, that is, 500 or less, 99.8% of businesses are small. So we're a small business-based economy. And that is the reason why it's so important for us to continue to support you as a local small business, and that we establish the programs and the requirements to ensure that you have a fair opportunity to bid on contracts and win contracts. Next. So today we're going to talk about the 3 Ps. And this is really important because you need to understand our programs, you need to understand the process, and how to connect and network with the right people. So let's get started with the programs. We want to ensure that you understand the Business Opportunity Act. Now that you're certified, and for those of you that maybe joined and you're not certified yet, hopefully you're thinking about getting certified with us. And once you get certified, it's really important that you understand the requirements of the program and your rights as a certified firm, right? Because there are requirements as part of this program, and that protect you as a small business, and that gives you opportunities to participate in meaningful participation in county contracts. So basically, what is an SBE, CBE, and CBE Reserve? We're going to talk about that today. What is the SBE program? That's my shelter market program, when I'm able to reserve 100%. We're going to talk about that in detail. What is the CBE? What is the CBE Reserve? I told you we use a lot of acronyms. So CBE is a county business enterprise. SBE is the small business enterprise. But we're going to share additional information with you in a few minutes. What is the small business goal? Remember, we talked about at least 25%, but I can do more than that as well. And how are prime contractors required to use you as a small business? Our program, we participate as part of the procurement process before the procurement process starts. Everything that we buy, and we have over 60 county agencies who are responsible for the airport, the port, the convention center, over 60, again, agencies, over 40 libraries. We have over 300 buildings, so many opportunities for you to provide goods, materials, and services as part of our procurement process. And our prime contractors are required to use our local small businesses, or CBEs, as part of those contracts. Those are contractual requirements and obligations. And we don't stop there. Our office monitors those contracts on a monthly basis. Reports are required as part of those contracts to make sure that our small businesses are being utilized and our small businesses are being paid on time. Those are critical components of our program. And at the end, when the contracts end, we have to provide an evaluation, a closeout memo, basically indicating, did the prime meet the goal? And if they didn't meet the goal, then there's penalties associated with that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Next. We're going to start a poll. We want to know what certifications do you have? So if you already got certified with Broward County Office of Economic and Small Business, you may have the Small Business Enterprise, that's the SBE, and here is the poll. You may have the CBE, which is the County Business Enterprise. So if you can please answer these questions. Do you have a SBE certification? Do you have a CBE certification? Those are my two local certifications. And then here you can see the federal certification as well. Do you have a DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, or an ACDBE, Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise? So again, we would like for you to provide responses to these surveys, and we can go ahead and end the poll. And here we can see that we have primarily CBEs that are participating as part of our workshop today. So again, thank you for participating today as part of the survey. And let's move to the next slide. So doing business with Broward County as part of the CBE program or the SBE program. Remember, this is my local certification. You have to be operating in Broward County for at least 1 year before you apply for our local certification. That's really important. Here you can see our certified seals. We developed this a few years back, and we shared this with our certified small businesses because some of our certified small businesses want to use this as a marketing tool, sharing as part of their marketing materials that they're certified with Broward County, with the Office of Economic and Small Business. So here you can see the seals for this year. Next. And we have another poll. So what are your expectations now that you're certified? So what are your expectations? I like to tell my certified small businesses that certification is just the beginning. That is the first step, right? You have been in operation in Broward County for at least 1 year. You get certified, but that's just the beginning of the process. So what are your expectations? If you can answer, as part of the poll, that will be great. Just let us know. If you go to number 2, right, you can tell us, what are your expectations now that you're certified? Are you going to go ahead and bid on a few solicitations? Do you want to win? Do you want to bid on as many solicitations as possible? And do you want to bid on everything? So I have some very engaged businesses here today that want to bid on as many solicitations as possible, and they want to bid on everything. So I'm really happy to hear that, because that's exactly what we want. We want you to be engaged. We want you to understand the process. And as part of every response, every solicitation, every bid, you're going to learn. You're going to learn the process. You're going to learn the requirements. And it's going to be really helpful for you, because the more you become familiar with those processes and those requirements, the higher chances you have to be successful, right? And to win those contracts. So thank you for sharing the information with us. We can go ahead and end the poll and share the results. And I want to share with you, how many businesses do we have now certified here in Broward County? So if we can go to the next slide, you can see that we have almost 1,000 certified businesses under the CBE program, almost 800 as part of the SBE. And then here you can see my federal program. Of course, in October 3rd of last year, the U.S. Department of Transportation made revisions to the federal program, and the program is no longer race and gender specific. It's no longer for minority and women-owned businesses. So we're right now in the process, and we started already at the end of January to reevaluate all our DBEs and ACDBEs under the new requirements to make sure that you get again reevaluated as a DBE and ACDBE. So we already provided training. We have it available on our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about this, we are here to assist you. Go ahead and submit the the application to get your DBE or ACDBE reevaluated as part of these new requirements. Next. What are your expectations? And this is really important, right? You understand the program. Some of you maybe already have experience with government contracting. Maybe you already worked in government contracting with other agencies. A lot of my certified small businesses sometimes don't have experience yet with government contracting. We may be the first government entity they're doing business with. So what are your expectations as a newly certified business with Broward County government? Do you expect to see a lot of solicitations for your specific industry? Do you anticipate that you're going to be successful when you're submitting those bids? If you don't see a lot of solicitations for your specific industry, do you understand? Do you start inquiring about why maybe I'm not as successful receiving solicitations? What do I need to do next? All those answers you're going to receive today. So again, you can type on the chat. We want all of you to be engaged today. So go ahead and type on the chat. What are your expectations, right? Now that you're certified, what you would like to see next? Next. And what is the reality, right? At times I have my certified small businesses that get certified and they anticipate that they may win a lot of contracts. However, when we certify you, there is no guarantees. We want to make sure that you understand the process, and that's why we do a lot of these educational programs. We want to make sure that you're successful because you're understanding the process, you understand the requirements of the program. We want to prepare you to be successful, connect with prime contractors that need to hire you as a local small business to meet the goal. And we afford a lot of opportunities for that. We schedule meet and greets, etc. So again, the reality really is going to depend on you. How engaged are you as part of the process? How aware are you? How knowledgeable are you about the requirements related to the procurement system and the solicitations and the requirements and the insurance requirements, etc.? And also, are you, when you're submitting quotes or bid responses, or you're responding to an RFP through a proposal, are you providing all the information that's required, right, as part of those specific solicitations? That's going to be key and really important as part of the process. And if you don't win those contracts, let's say you bid on one or two and you don't win, are you going back and reviewing the information to make sure that you learn from that experience and where were the areas that you could improve, right? Because again, if it's an RFP, you're going to be able to see the rating and the rankings from all the selection committee. If it's a quote, you'll be able, everything is public record. You are able to see what the responses were, right? So there is always an opportunity for you to learn from the process and learn from the experience and from your engagement. Next. So remember, we talked about the SBE and the CBE program. So here it is. The SBE reserve is for contracts between $100,000 and $250,000. All those contracts come to our office for us to review. If I have at least 2 SBEs in my directory, I'm able to reserve the contract. Usually, I want to make sure I have at least 4 because not everybody is going to provide a response, right? Not everybody's going to bid. But what we do is we survey you. So if I have a contract, a solicitation, a proposal for a specific project, you're going to receive, as my certified SBE, you're going to receive a survey from our office. My staff is going to email you, asking you, are you interested, willing, and able to bid on this specific contract? We give you some general information about the contract, and then you're able to provide responses. This is a really brief survey. We really need you to provide responses to these surveys because those responses are used by us to determine, am I reserving this or not? So if I have 4 in my directory and I survey the 4 of you and I only get a response from 1, I'm not able to reserve it because I need at least 2, right? So that's really, really important that you're always paying attention to your emails. If you're not getting the emails or the right person is not getting the emails or the surveys, please contact us so we can update the email information to ensure that you're getting, the right person is getting these emails because we want to hear from you within a few days. If you're, again, interested, waiting and able to bid on these contracts, so then we can reserve them for you. That's really important. And of course, since most of you are already certified, here you can see what the PNW is for our local certification and the average gross receipts for the different industries. And again, remember the SBE reserve is 100% of the contract goes to our local certified small businesses. So this is a great program because it really affords you as a small business to participate as a prime, right? And then you gain knowledge and experience, and then you can do the same for the CBE program. And let's go to the CBE program now. This is, again, the same. This is project value of more than $250,000 and the same PNW. And then here you can see the average gross receipts for construction and all of the services. And then we don't have any limits for our commodities suppliers. But here you can see side by side, basically the eligibility requirements. Congratulations to all of you that are already certified with our office. And let's go to the next slide so I can share additional information and how the SBE program works. So as I mentioned, these are for solicitations that are less than $250,000. And I'm able to survey our firms and make sure that if I have at least two, I'm able to reserve the contract. You will hear from us when the contracts are advertised. Of course, you get an email from the system. BPRO is our procurement system. You will get an email notification from BPRO because it aligns with your NAICS codes and the procurement codes. But you're also going to hear from our office. We ask county agencies to keep us posted when these solicitations are going out so that we can inform our certified small businesses, especially if they are reserves, right? The SB reserve, we want to make sure we give you a heads up. The solicitation is advertised. Please make sure you respond. And then no contract shall be reserved if there is fewer than two SBs. So that's why it's so important for us to always have at least two responses on those surveys, so I'm able to reserve the contract. Now, the way the SB program is set up, everybody can bid on it, but we look at the SB responses first to make sure that our SBs are having real opportunities to win these contracts. And the shelter market program does not apply to sole source designated projects, piggyback projects, or federal state funded projects, or penny for transportation. These are other funding sources or type of solicitations that we do not reserve as part of the SBE program. Next. And let's talk about challenge or opportunity. Remember I mentioned that we survey you to find out if I have at least two SBEs, I can reserve the complete project. What happens? Unfortunately, sometimes I don't have enough SBEs in my directory, or I don't get responses from all the SBEs in my directory. Here are just a few examples of a few solicitations we have reviewed recently. And again, the first one is Thompson Truck Shredding. This is by Solid Waste and Recycling Division. No SBEs in the directory that were able to do this. Next, we have Express Courier Services and Delivery Services. We have a very limited availability. And then the ones that we had in the directory didn't respond, so we were not able to reserve this contract. And remember, the challenge here is that if you don't respond, these are dollars that would have otherwise gone to our SBEs that are now going to the open market. So that's how important these surveys are. And that's why I want to stress today the importance of you responding to those surveys. Because if you respond that you're interested, right, and you're going to be bidding, and one more company does that, I'm able to reserve it. And if you two bid on it, you have a 50% chance of winning this contract. And if only one of you bid on it, right, you may have even a higher chance of winning the contract, right? If you're found, of course, responsive and responsible. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And also, if you meet all the requirements and the specifications for the specific solicitation. And here you can see we have cremation and unclaimed remains. We didn't have any SBEs in the directory, so that went to the open market. Well, it's going to be going to the open market. I just reviewed that one last week. And then document and media scanning services, lack of response from our SBEs. And these are just 4 examples. So I need you all to pay attention to this. It's really important that you're responding to those surveys, because again, the more survey responses we receive, the higher chance I have of reserving these contracts for you. Next. Let's talk about the CBE reserve program. So remember, these are my county business enterprise. And again, it's established when at least 2 or more certified businesses are available. And again, the same methodology. I want to make sure that at least 2 are available, but if I have 3 or 4, then that's even better, because that means that I have enough that are going to be responding to the solicitation. We want an open, competitive process. CBEs and non-CBEs can respond. So it's similar to my other program, the SBE program. And then the contract is awarded to the CBEs with the lowest responsive and responsible bid, or the highest ranked responsive and responsible proposal. So that's also really important. And remember, I mentioned to you that you need to read these solicitations carefully, because you need to respond and provide all the required documents, provide all the backup, that's the goal, all the documents, all the requirements, that you answer all the questions as part of the solicitations. Because if you miss an important document or a required document, you will not be found responsive and responsible, and then you will not be awarded the contract. So that's really important. And then non-CBEs may be awarded the contract with at least 25%. So if I don't have any CBEs that respond to the solicitation, and a non-CBE is awarded the contract, we're able to assign in at least 25% goal to these projects. So that's also really important. I'm always looking for opportunities for you as a local small business. So if it's a reserve opportunity, but I don't have any of my CBEs that respond, or the CBEs are not found responsive and responsible because you didn't provide all the documents or met all the requirements for the project, then it will go to a non-CBE. However, for most of them, we assign a goal, right? Again, yeah, it's as applicable. We need to make sure that there is subcontracting opportunities as part of those projects. And if there is no goal, then there is a requirement that those no goals are approved by the county commission. They have to be waived by the county commission. That's how important our small business program is to our county commission. They want to be the ones approving any no goals as part of this project. So that's also, again, testament to the commitment to ensure that we're finding opportunities for you. Next. Goal and procurement preference. For applicable projects, of course, we talked about it. We established an at least 25% CBE goal. Before a no goal or reserve determination, we have the opportunity to extend the process another 30 days to do more outreach, to bring in additional certified firms. So we're able to do that. The Business Opportunity Act and the Procurement Code allows us to do this. So this is something really important that was added a few years ago. For no goal or reserve solicitations, Broward County's CBEs and SBEs have the opportunity to match the bid if they are within the 10% of the non-certified firm. And Broward County certified firms will be deemed the highest ranked proposer for RFPs if they are within the 5% of the lowest scoring proposer. Next. And all this information is being recorded and is going to be available on our YouTube channel. So I know some of these requirements, like the one I'm going to talk about now, can be very lengthy and complex and requires a lot of calculations, etc. So this meeting is being recorded, this webinar, so you'll have the opportunity to always go back. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to call our office and we'll be glad to work with you and our purchasing division, if that's the case, for them to explain how the points and monetary differentials are applied as part of the different types of solicitations. So the points and monetary differentials was added to the Business Opportunity Act in 2020. And basically, this was an attempt to ensure that the county is not paying for programs or services in excess of the market value, right? So these monetary and points differential were established. We have been implementing the program now for 5 years. So we're looking at the data to evaluate how are the points and monetary and differential impacting those solicitations, etc. But here you can see that both are the ones that are applied. So, and this is for bids, and this is also for RFPs. So the monetary differential, here you can see that the total bid or proposal amount of the CBE does not exceed the $3 million. So in the case that is $3 million or less, and it does not exceed the total amount of the lowest responsibles and responsible bid, or the total amount of the highest ranked responsive and responsible proposal. And the reason why this is written this way is because in just one explanation, we're trying to cover two different types of solicitations, right? So we're trying to cover bids and we're trying to cover RFPs and proposals. So that's why it can sound very complex. It's because we're trying to address both scenarios. So again, what we do is basically we're able to compare those responses and the scores with a non-CBE to make sure that we're not paying in excess of. So here you can see that for those solicitations that are does not exceed the 3 million, we basically compare to the non-CBE, and it cannot be more than 10%. And for those solicitations that exceeds the 3 million, for anything that is more than 3 million, we basically compare with the non-CBEs to ensure that we're not paying 5%, more than 5%, right? The points differential applies again to the RFPs. And these are for competitive solicitations in which the proposals are assigned points. After deducting the points awarded for price, for the total points awarded for each proposal, the total points assigned to the CBE basically are evaluated this way. For proposals that do not exceed the 3 million, and these are just the two thresholds that have been established, that make sure that those are not more than 10% less than the points assigned to the highest rank, responsive and responsible non-CBE. And then the same for solicitations that are above the 3 million. They want to make sure that we're not paying in excess, right? But we're looking, in this case, at the points. We're not looking at the dollar amounts. We're looking at the points as part of that RFP process. And again, this can be very complex, the way it is applied. So any questions you have related to this, we'll be glad to connect with you and provide additional information, and also connect you with our purchasing division to make sure that they are also able to explain to you how everything is applied. They can provide examples of previous solicitations, etc. Next. Let's talk about process now. This is our second P. So it's really important that you understand the process so you can navigate your way through the procurement process, right? Now, can you answer these questions about the process? How do you get certified? So that's one of the processes. Again, most of you today are certified already. So how do you find out about upcoming bids? How do you review past bids? That's really important because that's an excellent tool that you can use. Look at previous bids so you can see the type of information that it were requesting. So you can see what are the specifications. You can see what are the insurance requirements. What are the reporting requirements? That is going to be really, really important that you do that. How do you bid using the county's procurement process, which is, again, our procurement system is BPRO. How do you do that? How do you navigate that process? Next. And here we have the different types of solicitations. We have a quote or a bid, and this is usually, the smaller amounts of solicitations. Specifications must be completely defined, and the award is simply based on the price. So it goes to the lowest responsive and responsible respondent, or the person that provides the quote. The request for proposals, or RFP, there is a specific solution that is known that we're looking for. There are multiple factors that are considered as part of the solicitation, not just price, to determine the best vendor. We look at qualifications, we look at experience, etc. Evaluation committee rates the vendor and the proposals out of 100 points, and then the negotiation proceeds with the highest rated vendor and proposal. And again, depending on the dollar amount, you will, there's different processes. So you need to go, some of them go to the county commission, etc. Request for the letter of interest, or the RLI. This is a specific solution is not known. So basically in this case, we have a problem or a challenge or a need, and we have a letter of interest, and we want you to provide solutions to us. Of course, there is also a criteria and questions but it's a different process because we do not have the actual solution, right? You are going to be presenting to us the different solutions. The selection committee ranks the vendors and the proposals as first, second, and third, and then the negotiation process proceeds with the top ranked vendors. So that's what the other type of solicitation is. Next. Let's talk about procurement do's and don'ts. And this is really, really important, okay? So I want you to pay attention to this. You can take a photo with your phone, but remember, this is going to be on our YouTube channel. We want to make sure that you answer all the questions in the bid. Only answer what is asked. Really important. Be really specific. Remember, sometimes the county agencies, project managers have to review a lot of responses to the solicitations and the bids. So make sure you're only providing answers to the questions that they're being asked. Do not leave any questions unanswered or blank. Even if your answer is not applicable, you need to write not applicable. That's really important. It's important that you submit your bid on time, and that means early. Sometimes people wait until the last minute, and then you have problems with your internet, problems with your connection or with your login, and then you miss the deadline. And once you miss the deadline, we are not able to accept your response. So it's really important that you plan ahead and you try to submit everything before the deadline. And then, of course, give your time to review what you're submitting before it is submitted. Sometimes, if you're rushing to do a submittal, you may be missing information, you may be missing critical components or critical answers. So give yourself enough time to be able to have a complete submittal. Take advantage of the Q&A process. And this is so important that you take advantage of the Q&A process. This is a process that is designed to help you understand the project, the requirements, the specifications, the space where you're going to be working at, all of those things. So take advantage of that. Ask questions. The responses are shared with everybody. It's public. So again, this has to be an open, fair, and competitive process. So all your questions, all the responses are going to be shared with everybody. And so again, the questions that other companies may ask may help you as you're crafting your proposal, right? Or your bid. And the same thing when you're asking questions, that's going to also help inform the others that are participating. And look at those responses, right? Maybe you don't have any questions, but look at those responses because maybe those responses are going to help you make adjustments to what you're proposing or to your pricing, etc. Take advantage of the Q&A process is completely public and the information is shared as part of the addendums. Now, what it means to be responsive and responsible. So this is also really important, and we're going to go to the next slide. Where I believe we're gonna, yes, there we go. So again, different solicitations have different requirements, but determination of responsiveness is really important. And the solicitation may only be awarded to a vendor whose submission is responsive to the requirements of the solicitation. So remember, I told you there's gonna be specific requirements for every solicitation. You need to make sure that you meet all those requirements as part of the solicitation. And if you do, you're going to be found responsive, okay? And that's a determination that is done by the purchasing team or the selection committee if there is a selection committee. And then this determination of responsibility. A solicitation may only be awarded to a vendor who's determined to be responsible to provide the goods or services requested by the solicitation. And again, here is where we look at your experience and the information you provided related to how you're going to be providing those services, right? The team, the staff that you have, the experience you have doing similar projects, similar reports, etc. Again, depending on your specific industry. Next. Now we have another poll for you. Okay, I'm ready. Now what? So we want all of you to answer the questions on the poll that's going to be coming up. If you go to now, I think is question number 3, you'll be able to see, I'm ready, now what? So now that you have have a better understanding of the programs and the process, What are you going to do next, right? First, you're going to need to review all Broward County solicitations. You're going to start reviewing solicitations to start learning more about what is required. Or are you going to finish this webinar and take notes? Or are you going to dive in and start bidding today? So again, all of you should be vendors, already registered vendors as part of BPRO, because that's one of the things we require when we're certifying you. So you can go in and start looking at those solicitations, see what's out there. If there is no solicitations that are active right now, you can look at previous solicitations. That can be found in the system as well. And remember, I mentioned to you, there are public records requests. You're able to do public records requests to request previous solicitations or previous responses to previous solicitations if you find some that are maybe they were advertised 3 years ago for your industry, and maybe the contract is going to come up for renewal. Usually we do 3 years plus 2, so the contract may go back out on the street in 3, 4, or 5 years. So you have the opportunity to start preparing in advance before those contracts go back out on the street. So let's end the poll and look at the responses. And I see that most of you would like to review the information first, and then start looking at those solicitations. So excellent. You want to apply what you learn by looking at the solicitations first, learning more about those requirements. That's a great first step. Next. So the next slide, we're going to share additional information with you, but you have homework. And that's going to be really important. In order for you to be successful bidding on contracts, you need to do your homework. Next. So let's look at what that looks like. You need to be able to sell your business, your services, your products, right? So what we encourage our certified small businesses to do is to prepare a capability statement, because you're going to be able to use this. If you're responding to an RFP, you're able to attach your capability statement. If you're going to a meet and greet, you're able to share your capability statement with the other companies that are participating in the meet and greet. If there's a large project that is coming up, we schedule this meet and greet so my local certified small businesses have the opportunity to meet with the large companies that are required to use you as a local certified small business. So you can come with your capability statement updated and ready to go, so they can see what are the services that you offer, or the products that you offer, your experience, contracts you've had in the past. So what is it? What is the capability statement? It's like a resume, but it's better. It's basically a one-page document, double-sided, that has really good information at a glance related to your company, your competencies, who you are. It basically defines who you are and how are you different than your competition. So again, it's really important that you share this information with primes, county agencies, and other vendors, because this is going to be your opportunity. It's better than the business card. It's going to be your opportunity for you to share who you have done business with, what your experience is, etc. And what is the purpose of our capability statement and your capability statement? Is basically to open doors and make introductions to all those parties that I just shared. It's proof of qualifications and past performance. So again, at a glance, because the larger companies also want to make sure that they get contacted by a lot of subcontractors, right? So they want to see at a glance, how is your company ready? What are the services that you offer? So proof of qualifications and past performance may be required as part of the proposal response. It is a marketing tool. A lot of companies use their capability statement it's on their website. They share it, when they are attending events, etc. It can be repurposed for brochures and other materials as well, and exhibit a sense of credibility and trust. A lot of my small businesses get permission from their previous clients and use their logos on their capability statement and basically share businesses that we have worked with, or these are some of our clients, and you're able to add their logos as well. Next. And in our office, we really want to share with you some really helpful tools. So we have a template for a capability statement, but here are, again, some really helpful tips. We want you to be brief and to the point. You don't want that one page double-sided to be too busy. You want it visually appealing and that aligns with your brand. Branding is really important. You want to make sure that it's easy to edit, right? That's really, really important, that you're going to be able to edit it yourself. And that it can be searchable for your audience. So these are some key components and considerations that we want you to take as you're preparing your capability statement. Next. And here is, we have prepared a guide. It's basically a template on how to prepare your capability statement and provide some, helpful information. So this is, again, something that we have here in OESBD that we'll be glad to share with you. And we have a template. And here to the right, you can see the template that you can use. But of course, you can make enhancements to this design. This is just a template related to the content that you should have on your capability statement. And again, if you search, a lot of my companies are using AI now to help preparing a lot of these documents. So again, use AI and search for examples of capability statements that are out there, so you can get some ideas on some ways you can design your capability statement. Next. And remember, we talked about registering as a county vendor. So for those of you that are maybe not certified yet with us and didn't register as a county vendor, this is the website you have to go to. It's broward.org/purchasing. And this is the system we've been using for a couple of years now, called BPRO. It's really easy to register as a county vendor. It's completely free. It should take you less than between 5 and 10 minutes to enter all the information. And then you start getting email notifications when the county is buying the goods, materials, or services that you provide. It's really important that you're entering the correct NAICS codes or the correct procurement codes, okay? And if you need assistance with that, we can connect you with our purchasing division vendor management program staff, because they're here. The purchasing division just established a vendor management program last year, and they have staff that is able to assist you with any questions you may have with the procurement system. It's completely free to register as a county vendor. You can do it tonight if you want. And again, it takes you 5 to 10 minutes, and you start getting email notifications whenever we're buying your goods, materials, or services. So it's a very helpful system. It's really easy to navigate. You can also go there to look at previous solicitations. You can go there to look at current solicitations. You can even go there to look at active solicitation, who's opening those solicitations. So you can see who are the companies that are going to be bidding on this. And if it's a large project that you would not be the prime, but you will be a sub, you can reach out to those companies. You'll see in BPRO the name of the company, the name of the person, the contact person from the company. You'll see their email address and their phone number. All of that can be found right here on BPRO as they're opening this solicitation. So again, some great resources for you, and it's a great tool to use as you are preparing or looking for opportunities to participate as part of the county's procurement system and process. Next. So let's make BPRO a habit. So we want to make sure that you review your profile regularly, right? If for some reason you're expanding your services, it's important that you go to BPRO and you update that. And it's important you contact me and let me know, Maribel, I now can need to make adjustments to my certification because now I'm providing these additional services. So you'll contact us, and our certification team will work with you to add those additional NAICS codes. So it's really important that you update, again, in the procurement system, which is what we're speaking about now. Make sure you update your procurement codes and your NAICS codes, really important. And make sure that your email and phone number are correct, because remember, you're going to get those emails when the solicitations are posted. If you need to make adjustments to the emails because your staff changes, etc., you can do that in the system. And again, it's really easy to do. You need to log in often, at least once per week. Really important to look at opportunities that are of interest to you. And some shelter market bids are only posted for a short period of time. So sometimes the shelter market or the bids are only posted for 5 days or maybe 8 days or 10 days. So it's really important that you are checking regularly because you don't want to miss these opportunities. And research. Remember I mentioned that in BPRO you're able to see previous solicitations. Really important that you do that. Remember I mentioned that you can see who's bidding or who's winning. All of that is in BPRO. You can see who's bidding. You can see who opened the solicitations and who's going to be bidding. You're able to see who is winning. That gets posted as well. The contract end dates when the bid opportunities arise. So that's remember I mentioned earlier as well that we may have contracts that are for 3 years plus 2 renewals. So you know exactly when that contract is going to expire, and agencies start the procurement process a year or two before that, right? For those larger contracts. So you can start preparing in advance by looking at these contracts and these solicitations because you know they're going to be going out on the street again. So that's a great opportunity. And please bid on those SB reserve projects. The SB program is just for you. It's designed for you. The size is perfect and just right for you. So we want you to answer the surveys when you get the surveys from our office and submit responses on these SB reserves. Remember, at times it may just be 1 or 2 SBs that are responded. So you have a great chance of winning these bids if you are found responsive and responsible. So again, really important to take advantage of all these helpful tips that we're sharing with you today. Next. The last one of the P's, people, and this is extremely important. Now that you have the first 2, you must connect the dots, and you need to have connections, build networks and relationships with the right people. And here are just a few examples. OESBD staff is here Monday through Friday. You can contact us. You can make an appointment. You can call us. We can meet with you one-on-one to answer any questions, provide technical assistance. I schedule one-on-ones as technical assistance sessions every week with our small businesses. My certification team meets with small businesses as well to answer questions related to your certification application. We have micro grant program that's coming out. So you can have the opportunity to schedule also meetings with our team. If you need access to capital, we have an economic development section in our office that is able to meet with you to assess the needs and refer you to financial institutions. We have a financial resources guide. So again, contact our office because we are here to help you grow your business. Meet with the county's purchasing and other agencies' procurement staff. We have a great workshop coming up, our reverse trade show, where you can meet with the agency buyers. That's going to be coming up in April. So stay tuned for more information on that. But it's important that you meet with the purchasing staff and give them your information, because for those smaller purchases, and that's what the reverse trade show is about, is purchases of 100,000 or less. You want to build those relationships with the agencies that are buying those products, because they're going to be emailing you for bid requests, right? Quote requests. So very important. And attend our workshops. We have workshops, if not on a weekly basis, we have workshops on a weekly basis that are hosted by us or our partner agencies, right? Our community partners. But definitely attend our workshops, our meet and greets, where you have the opportunity to connect with many contractors. This Friday, we have a meet and greet for general contractors and trades. Definitely hope to see those of you that are GCs or in the construction industry joining us on Friday for the meet and greet. We have over 100 people registered, and you're going to have a great opportunity to meet one-on-one with potential, again, primes, and my trades will have the opportunity to meet with the primes as well. Next. So again, remember, people and making those connections are going to be critical and key. Making those connections and building those relations with those prime companies. We also schedule another workshop on October, which is my contracting opportunities workshop. Another great opportunity. I have companies of all sizes that come to that workshop. Another great opportunity to network and meet the larger companies that are required to use you as a local small business. So again, as a recap on the networking, attend the meet and greets. Be intentional. You don't have to attend all our workshops. We do a lot of workshops, capacity building, etc. We have conferences we're going to be sharing with you, but you need to be very selective and attend the ones that you think are going to be beneficial to you. Meet and greets are really important for those projects. So if you're within those industries on the meet and greets, please definitely you need to attend those. Participate in the private meetings. That is a must. Private meetings, agencies are going to share a lot of information about the bid that is going to be helpful for you as you're responding or doing your cost estimations. It's really important. And you can ask questions as part of those private meetings, which is really going to help inform your responses. So make sure you attend those private meetings. Sometimes private meetings are mandatory, and you will see that on the solicitation. And when those private meetings are mandatory, if you don't attend, you're not able to submit a response. So really important that you always reading those solicitations to understand those requirements. Review document takers and interested contractor sections. So again, remember I mentioned, you can see that in BPRO. Definitely check that out. And check our Business Assistance Weekly. We issue a newsletter every Wednesday evening with a lot of information about upcoming bids, announcements, workshops, even grant opportunities. So definitely if you are not receiving my Business Assistant Weekly newsletter, we want to make sure that you do sign up for it. Next. And on the chat, our awesome team is typing how you can sign up for our Business Assistance Weekly newsletter. So definitely check out the chat for more information and the Q&A. We want you to type questions on the Q&A tab of our Zoom meeting. And then on the chat, we want you to tell us who you are. We want to know who's here with us today. So engagement, continuing that engagement with the people, engagement with the organizations that have the resources for you. We want you to subscribe to the Business Assistance Weekly newsletter. Really important to do that. And this is the one that you get these emails every Wednesday evening at 6:15. And we had shared a lot of information. Upcoming workshops, grant opportunities, events that are coming up. We also share solicitations that are advertised. Any changes to our regulatory programs, the federal program, the local programs, state programs, we share all this information with you and our calendar of events. We share all the events that are coming up as well. You have the link to register, etc. So really helpful resource for you. We want you to review the county commission meetings. You're able to see also information related to upcoming contracting opportunities on the county commission meetings. Next. Create a strategy to stay engaged, okay? This is something that you're gonna learn over time, and it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna master it. You need to check your emails. It's really important because the emails are gonna be telling you, basically asking you, are you able, willing, and able to bid on this contract? And which is going to allow me to assign goals or shelter and reserve the projects. But you're also going to get emails on solicitations that are being advertised, right? So it's really important that you check your emails regularly. Extremely important. We want you to respond to these surveys. Please make sure that the person that is getting the emails for this service is not the right person, make sure you contact us and give us the updated email information, because we want to make sure that the surveys are going to the right staff. Come to our outreach events. Make the time to come to the ones that you think are the most beneficial to you. And definitely stay engaged. Come prepared with your business cards, your capability statement. When you're asking questions, make sure you speak about your company, etc. And be proud to learn. It's really important that you learn every step of the way. You learn from the resources that we're sharing with you, but also you have opportunities to learn from other certified companies or from the prime companies, right? So definitely take advantage of that. And make sure that you have this roadmap that is going to keep you engaged throughout the process. Next. And follow your strategy. We told you the steps you need to follow. We told you the programs of people. But it's important that you follow the strategy to those opportunities, right? And that you find what works for you based on your schedule, based on your time, and who is going to help you with this, right? At times you can hire interns to help you with some aspects of your business, right? Careers with Broward have summer interns for our local businesses. So definitely look for those opportunities to hire staff, or maybe use the employees that you have now to basically be able to follow up on every step of the strategy. You don't have to do it all, but if you have a good roadmap and a good strategy, you will be successful. Next. And I want to share with you some of the numbers because I want to get you really excited about submitting bids and responding to this project. So remember I told you the county commission made a commitment. It is a regulatory program. It is a mandate. The primes must comply. My CVEs must perform NSVEs, and we monitor to make sure that my small businesses are being utilized. So here you can see, right now we're monitoring 457 projects that have small business participation, either under the local program, the SBE, the CVE, etc. Right? So this is CVEs and DVs. Over $1 billion have been paid to small businesses as part of these 457 projects, okay? So here you can see we are monitoring over 457 active projects that have small business participation. And this means that on a monthly basis, we're getting reports from the primes on the payments to the subs. And we ask you to verify that information as a certified small business. If there is discrepancies with payments, we're here to help you. We'll help facilitate that communication with the prime or with the agency to address any discrepancies related to payments, any discrepancies associated with the program, etc. And for the smallest of the small businesses, those are my SBEs. Here you can see since 2019, all the projects we have sheltered, we have paid out over $32 million to our smallest of the small SBEs. Next. And I love data, so you're going to see that in my presentations, I'm always sharing data. This is information from our scorecard that I started back 7 years ago. I started creating this scorecard for the Office of Economic and Small Business, where we're basically, it's a one-page double-sided. We're sharing basically how is our program doing at a glance. So here you can see for this FY25, over $131 million have been committed to certify small businesses. And again, this is the projects that we reviewed in 2025, between October 24 and September 25, out of $355 million. So that's approximately 37% commitment to small businesses. So remember I told you at least 25%, we're exceeding that as we're reviewing projects and committing these projects. And here you can see my certified small businesses by industry. I get this question a lot. What type of businesses are in your directory? So here you can see approximately 46% construction services. Here you can see 34% A&E, licensed professional services, 15% contract services, and then 2% licensed professionals and commodities. So here you can see certified firms on projects awarded between for this 2025. So again, these are certified firms that receive contracts from this office. So this is either CVEs, which means that they won as primes, right? Or as part of the federal program. Next. And let's keep sharing with you the numbers, right? So here you can see last year, 50 projects were reserved for our certified small businesses, totaling over $2.6 million. Here you can see the different trades on our directory, right? And this is for SBEs. So you can see that we have a lot of construction services and a lot of contract services. And then that's followed by A&E, and then basically commodities and licensed professional services. So this is the SBEs. My certified SBEs, what are the trades? And last year, we certified 156 new businesses. We're always recruiting new businesses. We want a lot of businesses as part of my certification directory. Why? Because the more certified businesses I have, the more goals I'm able to assign, the more projects I can reserve, and the higher goals I can assign as well, right? So again, we want to make sure that help us spread the word, share with your colleagues that they should consider getting certified with Broward County. And this number is basically very, very important for us because we want to reserve assign goals of at least 25% CBE. Remember, we talked about that. That's the Business Opportunity Act requirement. But if we look at everything that we have reviewed in 2025, the average CBE goal commitment that we have on these awarded contracts is at 38%. And this includes my CBE reserves. So it includes my projects that are 100% CBE as well, right? So that's why the number is higher. But it does not include my surtax, which is the Mobility Advancement Program. But we're doing really well, right? Making sure that our awarded contracts are meeting or exceeding the at least 25% goal. Next. And this is talking about the Mobility Advancement Program. Here you can see at a glance the millions of dollars that have gone to our certified small businesses because the Mobility Advancement Program has a requirement of at least 30% for my CBEs. So here you can see total awarded to date, 23 projects awarded to 39 CBEs. Again, we're talking about millions of dollars going to our CBEs. And then here you can see since 2019, millions again, over 643 million awarded to 125 projects. And this is not county projects only, it's also municipal projects. The cities are using these surtax funds, and they also have the requirement to utilize our certified small businesses, our CBEs. So you need to make sure that you register in the procurement system with the cities as well. And we have the information for you, for all the cities. We have a website that has all the links to their procurement, the procurement departments, really important for you. And job creation is so critical to support our local economy. Here you can see the economic impact analysis of our mobility advancement or surtax projects. Over 5,000 jobs created in just, the first few years of the projects and the programs. And that's why it's so important that we continue to support you as a local business. Next. And I want to continue to get you excited about upcoming opportunities because our local certified small businesses are being used on these county projects, right? So here you can see a few examples of a few projects that we have completed recently. Disney Cruise Terminal, Disney joined us a few years back, is now here at Port Everglades. And the construction of the Disney terminal had a goal of 30% for CBEs, and they exceeded the goal with 37.4%. So here you can see $10 million, over $10 million going to our local certified small businesses. The supervisor of election building that we just completed recently, the goal was 30%, and the prime exceeded the goal with 34.6% going to the CBEs, $14 million going to our local certified small businesses. And one of the most recent, our convention center expansion and Omni Hotel. Here you can see different phases had different goals. The first few phases had a 25% goal. They exceeded that with 28.98. And the last few phases, the goal was 30%. And here you can see they're currently exceeding the goal with 33%. We're talking about, actually the latest numbers is 240 million, over 240 million going to our local certified small businesses. They have used over 70 CBEs as part of this project. And the project is still ongoing. So these numbers are going to also reflect additional funding going to our local small businesses. Next. And our goal is to continue to grow our local small businesses, right? And that's the commitment you have from our Broward County Board of County Commissioners. And how do we do that? We share resources with you on a weekly basis. We encourage you to follow us on social media because we share a lot of helpful information on social media about upcoming events, grant opportunities, opportunities to work with our chambers of commerce, with our cities, events for you as a small business. And we share events on all industries as well. So definitely encourage you to do that. Our business management system is new. Again, I've been working on the BMS system for a few years, and we went live January of this year, which is a great celebration for us because we really went from manual processes in many instances and manual data entry into a new electronic system that is integrated with our financial system. So the certification process is also in this one system. So now we have one business management system that is able to have all the core functions of the office. If you have any questions on our BMS, please contact our office. Our certification, we migrated of course, our certified firms under the local program. But if you have any questions about your renewals, feel free to contact our office. You can also schedule one-on-one meetings with us, and we can help you navigate that process. But if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see all the training. It's right there. BMS training, you can access the training for how to get certified. You can access the training on how to submit your monthly utilization reports or payment audits that is called as part of our new system, and a lot more. So definitely encourage you to check out the training or contact our office. I'm going to be doing some new listening sessions this year. We want to hear from you. How are we doing? What are your needs as a local business, and how can we help you, give you access to resources to meet your current needs, right? So we're going to be doing listening sessions with the entrepreneurs and our entrepreneurship ecosystem. We're going to be doing listening sessions with our certified businesses, with our primes, and with our chambers and our community. So definitely stay tuned for more information on the listening sessions. We're going to be implementing some robocalls and text messages. Of course, we want you to opt into those. Give us permission to basically, text you and let you know we have the workshop coming up. Or if you register for the workshop, remember to join us tomorrow. And on the robocalls, again, if we have important grant opportunities, things like that, we want to be able to give you a call and share that information. So we're going to be implementing some of these new enhancements to the programs that we offer. We're going to be doing industry-specific training. I like to listen to you and to your feedback so I can tweak the programs, right? So this year, we've been listening to you. We've been listening to our small businesses. We've been listening to our primes. We're going to be doing industry-specific training sessions, which we used to call our boot camp. And it's basically, you have a contract, now what? We're going to be focusing on 4 industries this year. I told my team we're going to start with security companies because I have security contracts that are coming up. So I want to make sure my small businesses that are from the security companies, you have everything you need and you're ready to participate in these contracts successfully as a subcontractor. Then after that, we're going to be doing the industry-specific training sessions for janitorial companies. We always want to work closely with our janitorial companies to make sure that they have access to the information that they need to be successful. We bring county agency project managers to speak about the requirements of these contracts, the specifications, their needs as an agency. So definitely these industry-specific training sessions are excellent, and you're able to interact. It's interactive. You can ask questions from these different agencies and the PMs. And the other 2 sessions we're going to be doing later in the fall is going to be for my landscaping companies and for my construction companies. So stay tuned for our industry-specific training sessions next. Additional resources we have, again, a lot of workshops and capacity building that we have available for you. Next, we're always looking for opportunities to grow your business. This is the series of workshops we have. We have workshops on getting you certified. Once you're certified, now what? Which is the workshop you're participating today. You have a contract, now what? Which is the one we do with every industry, specific to each industry. How to do business with Broward County. That's another educational program that we have where we explained that process. Contracting opportunities. And these are workshops where we share upcoming contracting opportunities with all my county agencies and with my mobility advancement program. The reverse trade show with county agencies coming up in a few weeks. And that's the one that you get to meet the CAPs, the agency buyers. I have the Broward and Beyond Business Conference. I have my international conference, Florida International Trade and Cultural Expo. We have the 11 steps to exporting. We have business resiliency workshops. We want to make sure you're ready before, during, and after a natural disaster. Doing business with Broward County. It's a really popular one, and it's going to be virtual because we want to record it so you can have access to it and go back, refer back to it. This is in collaboration with the purchasing division, where they walk you step by step on how to submit a bid. an RFP, the requirements, etc. Listening to your business. These are part of my entrepreneurship series, and it's a lot more. And we're going to be talking about the micro grant in a little bit. Next. Film Lauderdale. The Film Commission is here in the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. And why are they part of our office? Because we want to make sure our small businesses are being utilized whenever we're attracting film productions to Broward County for movies, commercials, TV series. These productions, if they want, we encourage the use of our local small businesses. So we have a directory for film industry and film professionals. We also working on certifying more and more businesses that support the film industry. So we do workshops on a regular basis. We're doing workforce development training because we want to make sure that we continue to grow our film production crew here in Broward County. And our Film Commission is responsible for doing permitting for most Broward County cities for, again, these film productions, etc. So this is great. A great, again, resource and another great opportunity for you to do business with Broward County. Next. We already talked about the Mobility Advancement Program, so I'm not going to go over that again. But next, want to make sure that you're aware of other contracting opportunities that are coming up. Check this out. We have contracts that are coming up with CBE goals. Here you can see this is a very specialized project, but we make sure that our local small businesses have the opportunity to participate with a 15% goal. We have the building demolition. This has a 10% goal that's coming up. These are not, solicitations are not posted yet. They'll be posted very soon. Drainage and sewer infrastructure maintenance. This is a CBE reserve. That means 100% must go to our local small businesses. This is going to be around $7 million. We have a Long-Key Nature Area Voluntary Wetland program. That's going to be another CBE reserve. We have A&E Consulting Services, 25% goal. Consulting services for work of a specified nature that has a 10%. And there's, again, some of these contracts that are lower goals is because they're either specialized or in some cases, the work is not known yet what the scope of the work is going to be. Fire alarm upgrades, another CBE reserve. Next. And again, remember, you can check out our procurement system, BPRO, to see the actual solicitations that are advertised at this time. Here you can see our Mobility Advancement Program. Remember, I told you funding for 30 years. We have 24 more years to go. And here you can see the different MAP projects that have requirements. Remember, it's at least 30%. So most of them, the requirements is at least 30%. We have safety improvements at Johnson Street. We have roadway improvements, expansion of different roadways, safety improvements. And again, here you can see different cities, roadway resurfacing, redesign project. And again, this is not only transportation. A lot of times, some of the projects include, you need a marketing company, you need an accounting company, etc. So it's also, a lot of these projects may include scopes for my professional services as well. Next. And more opportunities coming with our Mobility Advancement Plan. Definitely over $4 billion in the next few years on a series of transit projects. It's going to be bus rapid transit, light rail transit, high frequency bus transit, and a lot more. And you can get more details about the Primo plan on their website, which is primo.broward.org. And our office works closely with the transportation department to schedule meet and greets and industry days, because we want to make sure we're getting the word out to our local small businesses of these upcoming opportunities. Next. The Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, as part of their master plan, you'll be able to see millions and millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars available for our the contracts that are coming up. So here you can see Terminal 5, we're building a new terminal that's going to be approximately $700 million. The image you see here is the Airport Industry Day we had at the end of last year. All the presentations on that industry day that included over 25 projects that are coming up are available on their website. So here you can see the website. You can go to the website and have access to the slides that have all the projects that are coming up. So you can start preparing as these companies are building their teams, or if you are interested in bidding on any of these projects, you can start building your team now. We have terminal connectors, that's going to be over $280 million. We have the automated people mover, that's going to be over $1 billion. We have the intermodal center that we're going to be building, also over $1.4 billion. So we're talking about billions of dollars in construction projects and opportunities for our local businesses. So really important to start checking out the solicitations that are coming up, and that you start contacting the companies that attend these events. This event was all about networking and meet and greet. We had the larger companies that are going to be bidding on these contracts to meet you, our local small businesses. And we're going to be doing more of these events. Next. Success stories. We love to tell your success stories. So when I have CVEs that are winning as primes, we share those stories. So you can email us your story, we will share it. If we have CVEs, primes that are exceeding the goal, we love celebrating those as well, because sometimes the goal is 50%, but they achieve 75%. So in those cases, of course, here you can see 100%. That means our prime was a CVE. 100% participation. We're talking about, $400,000 that went to my local small businesses. Here you can see additional, this is on my federal program, additional projects that are going to our local certified small businesses. Next. More success stories. Here you can see the goal for this project was 10%, a 10% CV goal. And look at the attainment was 53%. And this is what we want. This is what we love, when our primes commit to a goal and they exceed it 2, 3, 4 times, fourfold. We're talking about millions of dollars going to our local small businesses. And next, here's another one. The goal was 95%, and the company, which was a CVE, was able to do 100% of the project with their own, with their own forces, basically. So this is what our program is all about, making sure that we are not only finding opportunities, but as these contracts get executed and implemented, that we're utilizing small businesses. Really important. Next. We're here to help you. We want you to know that you're not alone. We know doing business with government is not easy. We have a lot of requirements, but we're here to help you. We're here to help navigate the process. Next. And we're here to help you understand what those requirements are. So here's our BMS. We want to make sure that you go to our website. This is our homepage, broward.org/econdev, to sign up for the business management system if you haven't signed up yet. But if you're certified with me, again, we just went with the BMS on January of this year. So if you got certified before January, you use our old system. Now for your renewal, you're going to be using BMS. So definitely encourage you to go check it out. Make sure your profile is updated with the latest information, and contact us if you have any questions about the BMS or the county's processes. Next. And we provide one-on-one technical assistance. We're at the Allen B. Levin Center for Innovation at Nova Southeastern University the first and the third Friday of the month. Our team is there to offer technical assistance with our certification applications. So again, that's the local program, but also if you need help, if you're a DBE or ACTB and you need help with the re-evaluation process, we can help you with that as well. We meet with you one-on-one. You can call our office. The number is here, and schedule a one-on-one technical assistance session. You bring your documents, and we're able to review your documents and help you with the submittal. So definitely encourage all of you to take advantage of this. And if you make these appointments, your certification gets processed a lot faster because the team already reviews with you all the documents. So all they have to do is just, after you submit it, they just have to do the site visit. So scheduling these appointments are really beneficial in terms of the time frame, because it usually takes us 30 to 45 days to process a complete application. So again, remember the time starts from when we have the complete application with all the documents, then 30 to 45 days to get you a certification certificate. Next. And remember I mentioned we have a lot of different resources for you. So if you go to this website, southfloridabiz.org, these are 19 different organizations that provide free, and let me say that again, free assistance and resources to all of you, our local businesses. So definitely encourage you to go to this website and check out the different resources that are available. They can meet with you one-on-one. They have mentorship programs. They offer access to capital assistance. They help with business planning and a lot more. So definitely encourage you to go to this website, southfloridabiz.org. Again, remember 19 service providers that provide free technical assistance to you as a business, either as a startup, if you already have an established business and want to grow your business, if you need access to capital, if you want to start exporting to other parts of the world. We have organizations here that can help with that as well. Next. And here are additional resources. SBDC at FAU, they were also on the previous slide, one of our Aero partners. With us, definitely, Broward.org news, definitely additional information about upcoming events, upcoming workshops, etc. We have accelerators here, information. We have this SBA resources, and the Florida State Minority Supplier Development Council that also provides technical assistance. Next. Now, I hope you're ready for the last question of the day. I think this is our last question. So you're going to see, are you better prepared to maximize your certification? Are you better prepared to maximize your certification? If you go to number 4, we want you to tell us yes, no, or you're not sure, and you still may need some help understanding that. And I have 100% response. You are better prepared, and that's what we like to hear when we provide assistance and workshops and resources, or when we meet with you one-on-one. That's what we want. We want to make sure you understand the processes in order to be successful. And remember, we cannot guarantee that you're going to win a contract after you are certified with us, but we can definitely make sure you understand the process. We can definitely make sure you understand the requirements. We can definitely offer opportunities for you to meet with those larger companies that must use you as a local small businesses. So we're here to help facilitate the process, connect you to the resources, and answer any questions you may have. If you win a contract and you have questions or you are experiencing challenges, you can come to our office. This is the office that is here to help every step of the way. And again, it is also, in addition to that, once you win a contract, we have a requirement, it's the ordinance. All primes and subs must follow the Business Opportunity Act. So let's go to our next slide, because it's great to hear that all of you found our workshop beneficial. Let's go to the next slide. And remember, this is a very important slide. We have money for you. We have a microgrant program. Our county commission has decided, and this is a pilot program that started a couple of years back, they want to help our small businesses. They want to help the smallest of the small businesses, because we know how challenging the economy has been for you since the pandemic. And we started the microgrant program. So the program just increased this year. It used to be $2,500. Now it's going to be $5,000. And it's a reimbursement grant. So we encourage you to go to our website, and if you scan this QR code, you go to our website to see the requirements of the microgrant program. We will reimburse you for operational expenses you've had in the last 4 to 6 months. I think it's 6 months. You need to provide, of course, required documents. You need to provide documentations and receipts on those eligible expenses. But we're here to help you. So we have 4 workshops that are coming up. The first one is going to be March 20th, and it's going to be virtual. And we're going to walk you through the process, through the application process, the questions that you need to answer, the documents you need to submit. We're going to give you examples of the documents you need to submit, so you can see what they look like, you can see where you can get them, etc. Again, we are here to help you be successful when you submit this. And this year, we're going to change it a little bit. Last year, 95% of the applications we received were incomplete. Yes, 95%. So this year, what we're doing is we're going to do an intake process where we're going to meet with you to review all your documents and then give you the information to submit a complete application. So that's going to be the new process this year because we want to make sure that you're submitting a complete application. So what we want you to do is starting on April 13th, you can start scheduling one-on-one sessions with us to start meet with us so we can review your documents, and then you have the opportunity to submit the application. If you received funding previously in 2024 or 2025, and you received the $2,500, you have the opportunity to apply for the additional $2,500. We want everybody to have the same opportunity to receive the $5,000. So again, this is first come, first served, but we want to make sure that you know what the requirements are, you confirm if you're eligible or not, and that then you work with us to submit a successful application. So here you can see we have 4 workshops, 1 virtual, 3 in person. We hope you can join us for one of the workshops so you can submit your microgrant application. And the microgrant program starts at the end of April, but definitely you can start scheduling appointments on April 13th by calling our office. Next. More upcoming events. So on the previous slide, we also had the entrepreneurship programs that you will see if you go to our website. But here are workshops that are coming up. Friday, I have a meet and greet with general contractors and trades. Over 100 people registered already. Definitely, if you are in construction industry or trades, you need to be there because it's going to be a matchmaking event where you'll be able to meet general contractors and trades. March 24th, we want to invite you to our conversation. Our 3 commissioners, Commissioner Rich, Commissioner Davis, and Commissioner Rogers will be on a panel in celebration of Women's History Month, and it's going to be moderated by our own Broward County Administrator, Monica Cepero. So please join us for breakfast, and the conversation is going to be at the Alan Beal Event Center for Innovation. And did I mention that all our programs and services are free? I didn't mention that. Let me say that again. All our programs and services are free. So this event is also free. Hope you can join us for breakfast and the conversation. Again, I just got an update. Over 125 people have registered for that already. The Film Forum. If you are in the film industry or you are part of the supportive, the agencies, the companies that support film productions, you definitely want to consider our South Florida Film Forum coming up at the end of March. You have a contract now, what? This is the industry-specific workshops that we talked about. So definitely the first one is going to be security industry. It's going to be March 31st. We have a business expo happening at the African American Research Library and Cultural Center on April 8th, where we're going to be sharing a lot of resources that are available for our businesses. There's going to be some workshops that are going to help you submit your taxes if you need help submitting your taxes. And there's going to be another workshop on how to apply for grants. So definitely check it out on April 8th. Broward is Buying Reverse Trade Show. We talked about it. That's going to be April 10th. The listening session for our entrepreneurship ecosystem is going to be April 22nd, and our Broward and Beyond Business Conference registration is open already. Definitely hope you can register to join us for our Broward and Beyond Business Conference. It's completely free. It's a full day, almost 1,000 attendees, businesses of all sizes, coming together at the Broward County Convention Center, where we'll be sharing with you opportunities, contracting opportunities at the federal, state, local level, opportunities to do business with other government entities. I have an expo hall with more than 100 exhibitors, Broward Schools, Broward Health, Broward College, and a lot of other organizations will be there to share with you. They want to do business with you. What do you need to do to be part of that process? And we have some excellent keynote speakers, plenary sessions. So definitely you don't want to miss the Broward and Beyond Business Conference on June 12th. Next. And stay connected with us. If you scan this QR code, you will be able to have access to, I think it's over 10 different websites and links and resources that our office provides. A lot of different services that we provide. We already share many of them with you. But if by just scanning one QR code, you will have access to almost 10 of them. So definitely encourage you to check out our link tree. Next. And it's survey time. So now we want input from you. But before we go there, I really want all of you that are participating with us today, to look at the information we have shared with you today. Think about the program process and the people, and start mapping out that strategy that you're going to follow to be successful with government contracting. We know it's not easy to do business with government, but the County Commission, Broward County Commission, and County Administration, and our administrator and this office is committed to supporting you as a local business. So we will be working with you to support and connect you with the resources that you need. And if you have questions, we are here to either answer those questions if it's within our program, or connect you to the other agencies that may have the answers for you. So please know that as well. Something else I wanted to mention, during the cone of silence, only one person in this office has the ability to communicate with vendors. And the county approved that. The county commission approved that, because they wanted to make sure our local businesses during cone of silence have the opportunity to communicate with, if they have questions or if they're experiencing challenges with that procurement. So only one person in this office, and that's the small business supervisor, is allowed and authorized to communicate with vendors, my certified small businesses, during cone of silence. So if you're experiencing any challenges and the project or the solicitation is still under the cone of silence, you can contact our office, and our small business supervisor is able to connect with you. That's something really important that I wanted to make sure I share with you. But I know I share a lot of information today. Please know that you don't have to remember everything we share, but do know who you need to call, and we hope that you contact our office. If you want to schedule a one-on-one technical assistance with me or anybody from our team, please also call us, and we'll make sure that we circle back with you. But please, now we want you to complete this survey. Give us feedback. Your feedback is really important, and it's going to help us shape our programming in the future. Definitely encourage you to follow us on social media, and the survey, we can go ahead and activate our survey. I think it's going to come up, and you will be able to answer. Should come up in a few seconds. Yes.
We are at our time for the session, so we'll send the survey following. I'll also try to put a link in so they could do it while we do Q&A.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So you're going to get an email. If you can please make sure that you respond to the survey. We really want to hear from you. And now I'm just going to pass on the questions. I opened the questions, but it says no open questions. So Vanessa, you want to read the questions for me?
Yes, Maribel, I believe there was one in the chat. I'm going to see if I can locate it again. We have one question from Patrice. She was asking about any renovations, painting, window replacements, general construction, solicitations coming up. That was one question.
Yes, so Patrice, definitely we encourage you to check out BPRO. So let's make sure that you have the right NACE codes and procurement codes in your BPRO profile, because you're going to be getting emails on all those construction related solicitations. And what I always tell my certified companies that are either construction, GCs, or trades, in the procurement system in BPRO, you can add additional NACE codes because you want to know not only when a solicitation is coming out for your specific service, but also if it's construction related, you want to know when those construction projects are coming out, because then you'll have the opportunity to go look to see what the larger companies are that are bidding, so you can connect with them as well. So definitely, Patrice, encourage you to contact us if you have questions on how to enhance your BPRO profile. But construction, renovation, we have a lot of construction and renovation solicitations that go out under both the SBE program, my local SBE, and the CBE program. Excellent question, Patrice. Thank you for joining us today. Any other questions?
There are two more questions. One is from Guimar. Is access to capital available only for citizens or permanent residents who own businesses, even if they are certified?
Thank you for that question. So it depends on the type of funding. So our Broward County micro grant, we don't require any documents related to your immigration status. On the local certified program, we don't require any information related to your immigration status. However, under the federal program, yes, you have to be a U.S. citizen, etc. So it depends on the source of the funding. It depends on who you're applying for funding, who that entity is, and those specific requirements. But what we can do for the person that asked that question is contact our office and let's talk about exactly what you need, and we can refer you to financial organizations that we work on a regular basis that work with local small businesses. The county has a financial resources guide of financial organizations that their primary focus is supporting local businesses and providing access to local businesses. So definitely encourage you to contact us, and we'll be glad to, again, learn more about your specific needs, so then we can refer you to our financial resources guide, etc. If there is like SBA loans, etc., then those, of course, have to comply with the SBA requirements. Do we have another question? And hearing none, I think the next slide. Vanetta? Yes.
There was, I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I didn't realize. There is a question from Sarah in the Q&A. She was working to clarify it, but let me see if I can summarize. Hello, our company is awarded by Sourcewell. Smart City Healthcare, Job Site Management, and Crisis Management. And more federally funded means no requirement for, I'm sorry, she's asking who she should talk to. I'm just not clear as to what necessarily her question is. So Sarah, if you could maybe redress your question so we can respond to it.
And what we can do, Sarah, is we can definitely, call us at 954-357-6400 and let them know that you participated in today's webinar and that you have a specific question, and that you want to speak with me, Maribel, or you want to speak with, again, depending on what the topic is. And we'll be calling you back and providing that response. Sarah, if you're not able to type the question, the specific question. Sometimes the questions are going to be really specific to your individual situation. So it's better if you call us and we can work with you one-on-one to address that specific situation. And a lot of things have changed with our federal program. So we want to make sure that we give you the, again, the most recent and most accurate information related to your specific questions. But thank you, Sarah, for joining us today. Okay, and again, we want, go ahead.
She did resubmit. Her question is, Sourcewell is the entity that Broward is subscribed to. Are you aware of this? The county can purchase from us without bidding.
So what I'm thinking is, I think she indicated she's with Sourcewell. So yes, we have a master agreement with Sourcewell. And county agencies and CAPs do, as part of the CAP training, they understand that, we have master agreements, we have catalog, we have master agreements. Those are the areas that we use first whenever we're procuring goods, materials, and services. And if those goods, materials, or services are not part of that catalog or those master agreements, then, we're required to go and follow the other processes as well. But Sarah, again, I definitely encourage you to call us, and we'll be glad to work with you and answer any additional questions that you may have. And again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. This webinar is being recorded, so you can always go back to our YouTube channel. We'll have it available in a few weeks, where you can refer back to any of the information. And please know that we're here to assist you. And here's additional contact information for our office. Again, congratulations on your certification with Broward County, and definitely hope to see your name and your company name come across our office as you're participating as part of the county's procurement process. Next. And I think this may be my last slide. Thank you everyone for joining us.